Mike Allett and myself were in Killarney when Mark Davis won that title in 2009 for the first time, and I think Mike, it gave him a lot of confidence because since then he's really kicked on.
Yes, obviously going in the pitch there, but he has. It really did give him a boost, and you know, it was just that one event, and obviously it was a question of lifting a trophy. That was it, and lifting his confidence at the same time. And he's a good match player now these days. A really tough opponent to beat. And I think both of these players would like to finish their group matches with a win, obviously. And I think these are well matched up. I think Gary is a very good player. He's a dangerous player. Mark will be aware of that. But he certainly likes this format, as you've mentioned, David. Can he defend the title?
Something about the surname Davis, isn't there, in snooker? Joe Davis, Fred Davis, Steve Davis, and now Mark Davis.
Get everywhere, don't they? Well, I've caught that a little bit on the thick side.
Steve Davis, of course, is in this tournament. He's in Group H, and he's won 3 of his first 4 matches, so he's going to qualify, it would seem. It's a tight group, actually, that, but he's got 1 more match to play against Mohamed Asif. He would be favourite for that, Steve, so may well be seeing him tomorrow. See Wilson queuing under the left eye there.
Yeah, just going back to Steve there, so what a great win it was for him earlier on today against Barry Hawkins, 5-2. You know, the World Championship runner-up.
Well, runner-up, as I say, last year in the World Amateur Championship was Gary Wilson.
Yeah.
Lost out to Mohamed Asif 10-8 in the final in Bulgaria, but he's back on the Pro Tour, and as I say, he's had that semi-final in Rotterdam, beat Mark Davis in the quarters, lost out in a decider to Mark Williams, so would have given him a lot of confidence, that.
Yeah, it's got that queuing going on under the left eye as well, like Graham Miles used to do.
Yes, it was always on, that shot, and it's worked out well.
24.
Great chance to win the frame now. As we said since we started on Monday, that it doesn't take long to get the 6 reds open and give yourself a chance to win the frame.
Well, I know in recent times, before getting back on the Pro Tour, Gary's been working as a taxi driver. Let's hope he's turned the meter off. It's a long way to Bangkok from Wallsend and Tyneside.
32.
This is frame ball. Great start. Not got a lot of TV experience, but looks sharp here. Of course, he's played a lot of snooker this week.
39.
This is the last of his 5 matches. Just that one defeat I mentioned to Dominic Dale, but he beat Chow Yu Peng 5-0. And one of his other 2 matches as well, he did go to a decider against Isara Kachuong, but he won it.
45.
Nicely played there. Lots of check side, left hand side on the cue ball to square it up. And he's looking very sharp.
50.
Various dignitaries from the International Billiards and Snooker Federation, which is the governing body for amateur snooker. That's the body that put the World Amateur Championship on, where Gary got to the final last year. Certainly doesn't hang around either once he gets down.
Terrific amount of side there on the cue ball. Great start from Gary here.
Well, it's a cracking break. Terrific. 72 in no time at all. Gary Wilson claims first blood here in Bangkok. Well, Mark Davis didn't get much of a look in that first frame. Gary Wilson 72 break very swiftly made it 1-0 to him. Not his first TV appearance, by the way. His first TV appearance, Gary Wilson, he was 9. He was junior Big Break. Big Break was a game show in the UK, and they had a few junior editions, and he was on it. They repeated occasionally on various satellite channels, and it was a very popular programme. It'd be nice if it made a comeback. You would have been on it a few times, Mike.
I did the Big Break, not about the junior one. I did the junior pot red, but I did the Big Break a few times with John Virgo and Jim Davis. And that was great fun. Hang on. Yeah, he's just put his hand up there. I don't think he played that. That was a fluke. And we're playing the junior pot red, I think it was, at the Wembley Conference Centre. I was about 15. Jimmy White, Tony Mayo, Danny Ads, and a few others to mention. Well, he did fluke the red, and he's looking to take full advantage.
Cracking pot on the brown, and well, he's seen Gary Wilson dish up in no time at all. Mark Davis looking to do the same. And it may be because they've both qualified, they are just going to attack here. There's no reason not to, really. There's no point getting involved in a long grind. It was certainly a successful trip last year, not just here for Mark Davis. Before this 6 Reds, he got to the semi-finals of the Wuxi Classic. He won this and then went to Australia for the Australian Open, got to the semi-finals there. So he came back with, it's part of £100,000 better off.
Well, that's turned out okay.
21.
Played well in the first, but he's having to sit this one out.
Yes, it was a little fluke from Davis to get in, but it was a good brown, and you know, you can just see he's in the mood to attack here today. It's a lovely trophy, and I'm sure it's looked nice on the mantelpiece the last 12 months.
Well, this is frame ball. Well played. Well, both had good visits in the early encounters in this one. This to really make sure, though. I think as the matches have progressed through the groups, the standard has gone up slightly. The boys are all showing good form. It's going to be very interesting towards the end of this week. Well, yes, okay, we did mention he's got the fluke on the red, but there's been nothing wrong with the rest of it.
Well, in some ways, he's the man to beat. Not Gary Wilson, Mark Davis. You know, he's won this title twice, 2 different countries. Well, not quite as decisive a fluke. There's Dominic Dale. He's in this group. He's beaten the 2 of them. He's already qualified, but he's just sitting watching. Yes, the first fluke was the key one because that got him in on the red. But it's a great break again, this. Well, terrific stuff from both of them. Gary Wilson ran through the first. Mark Davis has run through the second, and it's 1-all. Gary Wilson was playing for a league side at the age of 8. So he was certainly an early starter. Although some of the other league teams were a little bit unsure that a kid of that age should be playing, but he did, and had a very good junior career. But when he turned pro the first time, there weren't many tournaments. So he was not a good time to turn professional. Much better now.
I think Mark's looking at a possible 4-ball plant here to the left corner. Ah, there you go. Needs a kiss though on the brown. No.
What?
Just wonder whether he'll take the brown on this time. Good tuck in behind one of the ball colours. I think he's having a go. Well, if this had been the first match of the group, that would have been in behind the brown. But as you say, David, the pressure's off. They're both qualified already, so still a good pot though.
Could be another quick frame. This the Reds have already spread, so the way he's played so far, you'd fancy him really. Great to see, though, Mark Davis, this resurgence he's had. You know, he's late in his career, he's in his early 40s now, but last couple of years, well, really since that first 6 Reds win 4 years ago, he's played so well. And again, the fact there are more tournaments has given him a chance to build up confidence and consistency.
$13. $20. $21.
Well, we're already a couple of balls away now from this frame being over.
28.
4-ball plant, and then the good brown again to the same pocket as he potted it in the last frame.
29.
Snooker needed if the black goes in. Well, it's not 236-0. That would be a lot of snookers needed.
I just wonder if Gary might have come back to the table there.
Well, he's not done much wrong, has he? I mean, it was a fluke in the last round that got Mark in, and then he dug out that plant. So, not done anything wrong, really. But he's going to be 2-1 down.
44. 47. 51. 52. 56.
So another clearance. That's 3 out of 3 in this match. Gary Wilson in the first and Mark Davis in frames 2 and 3. Not been going 20 minutes yet, and it's 2-1 to Mark Davis. It was that 4-ball plant that got him in, a good brown to the middle, and he did the rest, and he's in front. So Mark Davis breaking in frame 4. It's 2-1 in his favour here in the last group match in Group A of the World Six Reds Championship. And they've not hung around, the two of them.
Well, a little bit on the thick side. He hasn't got the pace into the cue ball. Might see Mark take this red on down the right-hand side. Just thinking about the poor graphics man putting the score up, David. He might have to put his fingers in TCP after this.
Well, as I say, they've not hung about, and this is another chance to get in.
Not this time. It's going over the centre pocket as well. Black's nearly in. Well, Gary's got a chance. Just as we watch the replay, just takes the one over the middle. Of course, we've got to be careful the in-off into the yellow pocket. Black's waiting. No problem.
1.
Well, he had the initial chance. Well, that's a little bit in between there. Don't think he's on anything. Well, that would be some plant to make as well from where the cue ball is. I think he's trying to chip this one in down the cushion. Well, he knows he really should have made more of that. Well, that's unlucky.
Yellow ball.
Could be taking this on. No, just trying to lay the snooker.
Mark Davis.
It's a good shot. I think that might have just travelled far enough though, so Gary can get through to it. Yes, obviously.
One.
They're always difficult to control those when the object ball is so close to the pocket. Could have done with the white travelling a little bit more. Now, will he just run into the pink here and chip that red away from it? Well, I think he intended that, but he missed the cannon.
9.
And he's straight on the blue, so all he can do is just drop this in for the red on the left-hand side. Well, I'm sure he'll be laying the snooker here. Should really just roll up to the brown. Or come off the brown, put the white in the middle of the back cushion.
Kelly in front, 50.
Not difficult to hit off this top cushion with a touch of right hand side on the cue ball, but as always you have to get these safe, and he hasn't done. So that was the right shot that Gowie played there. That's not too clever though. Could play 2 yellows. Could lay the snooker. Oh, that's ambitious. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky to get the enough, but not too bad actually, because he's pushed the yellow safe. Great pot on the black.
Yeah, it's a bit harsh this, wasn't it? He's knocked the black in, but can't really legislate for that. So this frame in the balance, certainly a much scrappier frame than the first 3, which were all won with clearances. 11 points in it.
That's not good. Far too thin. Yeah, that was a good shot from there.
5. Nine.
Well, no good there, of course. He was hoping just to slide by that blue. Don't know whether you'll attempt the cut. Again, under normal circumstances, if these two boys had to qualify, this would be a safety. Well, he's prepared to wait. Could have been a better one there.
Yes, I mean, we saw the animation there, but that didn't take into account it would have been very close to a push shot. Well, he was left with the chance at that blue, and now he just needs the pink, and it's going to be 2-2. And in the end, Mark Davis is going to rue the chance that he didn't take there. He had a chance on the colours, but it went wrong. Didn't play a good safety. Gary Wilson levels.
Well, that's a great shot. He had a chance of a pot, but chose to play the safety and played it very well. Yes, Mark just allowing our referee just to have a quick look over the situation where the ball's at. Yes, he's 4-ball snookered on all of the reds. Downward striking then for the swerve shot. Didn't want to do that. He's had a little bit of a bonus with the cue ball going towards that side cushion, but Gary can pop this one into the middle. There's that one, but there's also one to the left centre, which I think is a better angle to get onto the black. Well, if this goes in, it's a great chance because the reds are nicely spread, which he has got. Great chance this now.
Yes, and although they're both qualified, I think if Wilson could win the match, it would be a real boost for him going into the knockout phase to win a TV match against the defending champion.
Ten. Nine.
So much professional snooker is played in pretty much anonymity, really. The qualifiers, not many people watching, it's not on television. It's just a series of results to most people, but it all adds up to a career.
I think it's great that we've got the PTCs as well, haven't we? Because we can see a lot more faces on our screens. One or two of the youngsters come through with the results. And why not? You know, if they do get results, they deserve the little bit of time on the TV table.
I think for the players it's just good to be playing, isn't it? And there's over 20 tournaments now you can play in. Certainly helped Mark Davis, and there's no reason why it shouldn't do the same for this man. Great chance here to take the lead. So this frame is over if the pink goes in.
Well, there's not much being missed by these two once they're in. That is for sure. It's quick fire stuff. 5 frames in what, about 35 minutes, 38 minutes. Ooh, look at that. Ton of check side on the white there. Exhibition shot.
44.
Well, it doesn't matter about that. He's done enough. 44-0 is sufficient in 6-red snooker. And he's back in front. So it's a bit of a seesaw battle, this. But he won that scrappy 4th frame, which could have gone to Mark Davis. That would have been 3-1, but it was 2-2. And now, Gary Wilson very quickly has won the 5th frame. And as you can see, he leads here in Bangkok by 3 frames to 2. Mark Davis has broken off in the 6th of a possible 9 frames here. Gary Wilson leading 3-2.
Good cue ball there. I think Mark can see the red on the left-hand cushion. But I think that's the only one he can see. Well, I'll just play off this with the white up and down for safety. Lovely pace, this table. It really is. You just think it's going to run short, but it keeps running. That's a good shot. Look at that, not too far away from the back cushion. Unlucky. But he's left them on.
Well, things are boiling up nicely, but it's going to kind of start for real tomorrow, isn't it, with the knockout phase. Some real big hitters going strong. We've got, of course, Mark here. We've got Neil Robertson, Judd Trump, Sean Murphy, Stephen Maguire, John Higgins, Stuart Bingham, Ricky Walden, Barry Hawkins. They're all in the mix for this title. Mark Williams, another one.
17.
Don't think he's got the angle to play a cannon. These two reds. As Gary looks on, he's got the one to the middle near the pink. Might just drop this in and land on the right on one of the two actually. That red is slightly off the cushion. Yes, he's going to try and get rid of the difficult one, which opens up the other red as well. He was a bit anxious there because if he'd have held the spot, well, actually it would have gone on the brown anyway. Wouldn't have gone behind the black spot.
Thirty-four.
And that's got rid of one of the difficult ones. And of course now he won't need that red on the top cushion, because this next red in the colour will leave Gary needing snooker.
32.
Well, another clinical finish here from both these players.
33.
This time it's the man from Hastings.
Yes, every frame bar one has been like this. It was just the fourth frame that went scrappy, but all the others have been won really in one visit.
40.
Could do with this going in though to stop any playing on for snookers. And it's in.
41.
I think this just shows how good these players are when the little bit of pressure's off. They've both qualified.
Possible maximum here. 75. Albeit only with 6 reds.
Yes, there won't be a big cash prize, unfortunately, but still, it's something.
There will be in a couple of weeks, though, David. The Shanghai Masters, it's gone up to £40,000, the maximum break price. That'd be nice to capture that.
Yeah, and we'll of course be live from September the 16th with the Shanghai Masters here on Eurosport. Meanwhile, excellent stuff this from Mark Davis. Good match. Really entertaining stuff. And it is a 6 reds maximum break of 75 from Mark Davis. So excellent break that, and he has drawn level again. There's never been more than a frame between these two in this all-English battle here in Bangkok. Mark Davis 3, Gary Wilson 3.
Another cracking break-off shot. Let's look at that. He's got Mark in immediate trouble. Short of pace. It was a good angle. I think that will go back. Don't go too far away, Mark. Well, the miss has been called, but Gary might not take it this time. There's a red to the centre, which I think he can, well, I don't know if he can get back for the black, but certainly go through for the blue. Just asking for that red to be cleaned. I think he's intending taking it on. Well, Mark in the chair there doesn't look too concerned, knowing that they're already through, really. As David has mentioned, the real business starts tomorrow.
One.
Well, that's no good. It's the wrong side of the blue, and if he wants to get onto a red, it will have to be the brown. But, well, he can bring the white back there and play the red that's behind the pack. Well, if anything, he's just gone a little bit too close to this side cushion with that cue ball. This is a more difficult pot now.
Kelly Wilson. 6.
Bad shot, but he's got away with it. Well, he's got away with the red on the left-hand side because the black's blocking the pocket, but I think the one near the pink will pot. It was a bad shot in as much that he didn't want to cannon into the blue. Ooh, that's pretty tight. Well, I thought the pocket was blocked. Obviously, there's enough room there for Mark to take this on. Well played. Well, that's a great shot because from the other camera angle, it didn't look like that was on.
At 9.
Well, he's got a great chance here to try and move those two reds from the side cushion and stay on the other one there, the pink. I'm sure he'll play the cannon. Great shot. Played it to perfection. And again, all of a sudden, in no time at all, there's a frame-winning opportunity. They've not been hanging about, these two lads.
Dominic still watching in the audience, Dominic Dale.
I think he might be quite impressed with this.
17.
Because he beat them both. He's already qualified 4 wins out of 5.
Twenty-two. 23.
Well, Gary Wilson, I'm sure, fearing the worst now for this frame. Oh, well, was that a kick?
Yeah, got a massive kick. The black's gone nearly straight.
23.
Oh dear, that's horrible. We haven't seen many, in fairness, but that was not nice. Just look where the black hits the cushion.
That's a definite kick.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have missed it by that much.
Well, through no fault of his own, he's in trouble now, Mark Davis. Thunderous that was. Completely threw the black offline, and now he's snookered.
Well, this could possibly be off 3 cushions here. Top, side and back cushion, trying to push the red at the centre of the table. But if he goes around this, he could leave it on. Well, he went off the 1 cushion and it's still potable.
4. And with Gary Wilson.
Miss has been called. Gary going back to his chair, so guess what's going to happen here? The white is going back behind the pink. I thought he might play this a little bit wider, possibly off 3 cushions. Because there's always a possibility going this way, that he could go in off this red. Well, it's a good hit, but I think he'll find himself snookered again in a minute. He's got out of that one. He's going to have to get out of this one. A little easier this time, though. Off the side cushion. And you never know, he could finish up potting this into the yellow pocket. Now, where they're going to finish. I think he'll settle for that.
Yes, it's hard not to have sympathy with Mark Davis. That kick he had on the black, and the frame was his. It was only going to be something like that that would stop him.
Gary went for a cheeky double there. Well, this should be cushioned first, just to kill the white at that end. Well played. Now he's got control of the table back. And he's got another chance to take the frame. So I suppose some ways, in some way, there's this little bit of justice in what's just happened after that horrendous kick on the black. A chance to win the frame once more then and put his nose back in front.
Yes, the snooker gods are a fickle bunch.
I've cancelled my subscription anyway. I suppose it's nice to be in a position where the pressure's off. You know, you're already through to the final stages. Just enjoy the scenery out there and get used to the table conditions of the match table. This is the first time these two boys have been on this table, so just for future reference.
Well, after all that, he needs this brown, and Wilson will need a snooker. So, as long as this goes in, the kick in the end won't have made any difference. Mark Davis, an obvious fan of six red snooker. He's won this title twice, and he's playing well again here. Would have won this frame earlier, but for the kick on the black. But as I say, in the end, it didn't make any difference. He has won it, and he is in front, and he needs one more frame to win his final group match. As we show you the stats from the match, Mark Davis leading Gary Wilson 4-3. So, 4-3 to Mark Davis. He needs one more for victory. There's only 3 players in the tournament unbeaten. Neil Robertson has won all 5 of his matches. Andrew Higginson has won 4 out of 4. Robert Milkins also 4 out of 4. Make that 4 players, because John Higgins has won 5 out of 5. Sorry, John.
Short of pace again, but I think it would have contacted the pink anyway. Great shot. Could do with it being touching ball here.
Touching ball.
It is much easier to play away now. Well, now that the white has just drifted by that green, let's see Gary take one of these on this right hand side. Yes, he's taken the middle one of the 3, I think, trying to stun over for the black. Great pop. There was a shot to nothing, but he chose to attack there. Well, a little bit short of pace, but nice little controlled cannon here, should be okay. Well played. Well, we could be going all the way in double quick time.
Yes, it's not been taxing for anyone, has it, this? Least of all, everyone watching. May as well have another frame.
24.
Davis perhaps expecting one now. That was a kick. Again, well, we saw it with Mark Davis in the last frame.
24.
But this time, Potter's been left on, but that was, again, unlucky.
I wish we'd not mentioned it now about the kicks. We've had a few since we mentioned it, not before. And of course, that means that it's now given Mark a chance to win the match. That was unlucky.
Well, I guess it's the yellow, isn't it, that's going to be Gary Wilson's hope here.
That could have been better.
6.
And he has missed it, or has he? Or has he? He has.
Mark Davis, 6.
Well, again, you could argue justice done because Gary Wilson got the kick, but either way, he's got another chance here.
1.
Now, as long as he takes a high value colour off the last red, he won't need the yellow. A little short.
8.
Yes, he's going to have to take the cue ball in an outer bulk now, but what, 22 of the lead, so he could do with getting on the blue here. Brown's no good, really. That's made all the difference. Anyway, but there. I don't know whether he attempted to try and flick the yellow away from the cushion there with that shot. But if he did, he sacrificed the position on the colour a little. Don't know whether he'll take the pink on. Good lay the snooker. It's like he's going for the blue. It's frame ball. A missed chance.
9.
Yeah, it was the shot to get on the last red where the problem started. So 23 and it 27 on. Well, it kind of looks like yellow ball frame, all the other colours out in the open. So in a match where we've seen a lot of breaks and potting, it's going to come down to this safety battle possibly to decide this frame.
Well, it took a while deciding what to do, and in the end he didn't play a good one. Getting that double kiss has given the chance here to Gary to take us into a decider. Still needs a good pot though. Well played.
Two.
And I think the brown will pass the blue. Well, after the first couple of frames, the way this match went, we just were thinking this could possibly go all the way. It's looking like that now.
Mark Davis had a kick, but it didn't cost him. Gary Wilson had one on the red to the left centre here, but again, wasn't terminal.
14.
And it's going to be a decider.
Yeah, so it's been an entertaining match, this one.
Yeah, we're going all the way to a deciding frame finish here. Gary Wilson winning the 8th frame. So just one frame remains. As Mike says, it's been entertaining stuff. Could well come down to first chance in the last frame. There are the stats. The main thing is the score. It's 4 apiece. We're level at 4 all. This is the decider.
Oh dear. That could be disastrous.
Well, it's hard to see how that could have finished any worse for Mark Davis. A horror show of a shot, that. So over to you, Gary.
One. Ten. 9. Sixteen.
Well, it's deep breaths time, this. Just try and keep as calm as possible.
Nicely played. Yeah, well, that was an awful shot he played there, catching them on the way back. Chose to get this one out of the way early.
24.
Yes, knowing both players have gone through really in their groups, this has been a a little bit of an exhibition of the skills and talents of these players on the green bays, showing you what they can do. Expected Mark to come through the group, David, but I think Gary will be really happy that he's come through as well. He's here for, could possibly be the weekend.
Yes, and as I said earlier, if he can win this here, it's a great confidence boost to beat the defending champion in a televised match. It's not too far away from that happening. In fact, this is frame and match ball. It always looked calamitous, the shot Mark Davis played, but, well, he needs a snooker.
Don't tell me. Well, you can see some of it. Can he just kick this in the side? He can. Well played.
Tell you what, one more roll of the white, he was in trouble there. But he's okay, and as I say, confidence boosting win for Gary Wilson. We're going to see him and Mark Davis in the knockout phase, which starts, of course, tomorrow. But a good match this, free-flowing, entertaining.
There's a lot of good players in good form this week. It's going to be difficult to pick a winner, I think. All the big hitters are there, playing well. There's one or two others that could come out of the pack. This leg could be one of them.
Well, he's completed victory nicely. Mark Davis would not be too happy with the last shot he played. But Gary Wilson, certainly very satisfied with that, I'm sure. He confirms his qualification for the knockout phase with victory over the defending champion. So it's Gary Wilson, the winner here, over Mark Davis by 5 frames to 4.